Okay, today we're making hamburgers. So, and fries. So, start your oil. We're going to start by the patty. You got to get your seasoning. I always use like garlic. I had to pull my mom's patty out of the thing because she don't want no seasoning. So I've already got meaty hands. Okay, so got some garlic powder in there. Let's see. Onion powder. Ooh. So what I always say is when you're working with raw meat and you can't necessarily taste it because it's raw, go off of the smell. If you're smelling it and all you get is the raw meat smell, you don't have enough seasoning. So you got to add more seasoning. But when you can smell the seasonings instead, you're golden. Let's see. Put some oregano in there. Not as much as the others, but definitely love cooking burgers with it. Also, you don't have to do it like that way. I'm literally grabbing stuff and adding it. If I learned anything from college, it's that the oddest things make the greatest tastes. Okay, so we're going to mix that together now. Smells so good already. Okay. What else? Some seasoned salt. However much you guys want to put in there is however much you want to put in there. You want to have a very tasty taste to it. So, I always put a bunch of different flavors in there and mash them all together. Okay, now that we have that, I guess it helps if I get a pan, doesn't it? Got my handy dandy pan. So I've got the oil going, but the fries are not in the oil. So I'm going to make up so I'm not going to turn on this yet. Okay, so I'm making 4. I've already taken 1 out. So now I can just divide this into 3 little piles here to make an additional 3. It's the tricky part, trying to make them even piles. Okay. Then you kind of want to form them. Want to kind of like squish them and flatten them. And then once you do that, stick your thumb in the middle, and it's supposed to help the burger not shrink in size. And you're basically going to do that for every patty. Also, keep in mind that the patty that you don't have seasoning on, you have to know where you put that, because you don't want to lose that and get it mixed up. I love the smell already. Okay. And we're gonna do the fourth one. Okay, now that the patties are done, you need to wash your hands. So, okay, so those are done. Hands are washed. So now we're going to do the fries. Peel the potatoes, or if you're going to leave the skin on them, wash the skin. And then you basically want to cut it in half. And then basically make steak fries. I prefer eating steak fries over anything else. So we're just going to leave them as that and see how much that gets us here. Oh look, we have a featured guest. Hi, Gig.
I was about to say something, but I didn't know you were recording, so it's a good thing I didn't.
Right? We are making hamburgers and fries today. Alrighty, I will be back when these are done. Okay, so now that we have all of the potatoes done, I literally cut them into little wedges. I have a whole bowl full of them. My oil is going, the patties are made and on the stove, so now we need to worry about the stuff that's going to go on them. So I've got a plate here, and we're going to set up some lettuce first. I'm literally just going to pick 4 pieces off because there's 4 of us eating. And then I'm going to wash them off, make sure that there's no brown spots, cut off the end of the stems so that they are ready to go onto the food. Sometimes I stuff the burgers or even mix stuff in them. My head's going to be cut off from the video just so that I can try to showcase the end.
Get out of the kitchen. Come on. Hi again. Featuring. Oh my god.
Tell me why I was going to be like featuring Ashley trying to get her dog
She's 10
out.
times bigger now, guys.
Just so I can try to show you what I'm doing. Okay, dog exit scene, thanks. Okay, so the oil is getting ready. It's best if you go in an order that's going to leave less of a mess on the cutting board. So the lettuce would be first, then onions. So I'm literally just going to take some onion. I'm going to place it down on here. And that's it. Not a lot of people like onion on there. So I'm going to leave it at that. Okay, so now I have the, almost said onion again, tomato and the pickles And since we actually cut, we need to rinse these off to avoid cross-contamination. Alrighty. We're going to go ahead and do the tomato. Don't forget to wash the tomato. I can hear the oil. So the oil is almost ready to go. And I'm just going to slice this tomato. So not very many of us are going to eat the tomato. So I'm just going to leave it at whatever I just cut here. And then we're going to repeat the process. We're going to rinse this off and move on to the pickles. Okay, so these ones I already have in the spears, so I'm literally just going to lay it down so that the skin is up, and I'm just going to do little strips. That way, so people can have the pickle. Please be very careful, as the pickle is a little tough on the outside and slippery. And then I'm just going to add it to the little tray. Alright, so now that that is done, I'll basically discard this because we don't have anything else for cutting up. I'm going to clean up a little bit and then I will be right back. Okay, guys. So, we've got our condiments ready. We've got our potatoes ready. Our oil is ready. And we have our patties. So, we're basically going to put that in there and listen for the sizzle. It sizzled up a little bit. So I'm going to go ahead and add these to it. I might not be able to do all of them at once. So, while I'm working on that, what is your favorite type of French fry? I love curly fries. I also love steak fries. I like fries in general. But let me know down in the comments. Also, what type of hamburger or cheeseburger do you prefer? Ooh, this is a loaded up. So we're actually going to let this cook for a little bit before we even start the burgers, because the burgers will not take very long at all. Okay, what else? I'm going to attempt to prop this up. It's not working. Okay. So actually going to turn that up a little bit. Just because we put a lot of potatoes in there. So now we need to get the stuff out to be able to make the sandwiches. So, handy dandy refrigerator. Mayonnaise, ketchup. Mustard. Don't know what kind he's going to want. Who wants cheese? So just 2 or 3? Okay. 2 cheeseburgers, 2 regular cheeseburgers. Okay. A 3rd cheeseburger with a different type. Okay, we got a different type of sliced cheese, and it doesn't really melt really well, and I don't really like the taste of it, so I'm not going to have that on there. Let's see what else. Okay. These are boiling quite nicely. Okay, so now that we have all of those, we have the buns. Now we need to set up so that we can strain the fries. So basically what I'm going to do, I'm going to get a plate. And I'm going to get a strainer. And I'm going to set it on here. And then we'll just strain in here. I'm going to move my cup. Actually, I'm going to use the other strainer because look at the holes. That one would be better for like water versus this one. So I'm going to put that there. I think so far the only thing I would do differently is that this oil looks kind of old. Not that it looks old, it just looks dirty. Like it was recently used for something else. Okay, I'm gonna let those cook a little bit, and once I'm ready to move on to the next step, I will continue. Okay guys, I'm back. We've got maybe 5-10 minutes in on cooking these fries. There's a lot of them, so the oil kind of had to reheat a little bit. They're getting to the point where they're a little golden, or they're starting to. They're still quite flimsy, but let's see if we can't take a look here. They're gaining some color. And I believe we are good to go ahead and turn on the burgers. So. I'm gonna try something. It failed because it don't fit. So now I'm gonna try something else. Y'all are in my seasoning cabinet. Okay. Now if only I was like higher and this was a table and you could see. But what are we gonna do? Okay, so I have the burgers on medium heat and I have the fries just above medium. Also, I know at the very least I like ranch for like my fries and stuff, so I went ahead and got ranch. We don't have very much ketchup. I was looking for these. Expired. Well, there's another mayonnaise. I absolutely love this stuff. So I'm gonna put some on my burger. It's the ranch flavor that you put on popcorn. I'm obsessed with it. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and give our burgers a first flip here. Flipping away from you. Alrighty. Let's see if I can't show you guys. The only bad thing about me doing these cooking videos with the setup that I have, I don't know how to do a lot. I'm still learning on how to do it. I do have a camera, like an actual video camera. I, however, am still learning on how to get the videos from the camera to YouTube. And I only have one and I don't have a stand for it. So what I would like to do is if I had a stand, set it on the stand and then have it on the food the whole time, and then I could just move the stand accordingly, so that you guys can see everything that I'm doing. But it doesn't happen that way. So, at the very least, you can hear it, and I'm going to talk to you. Okay, so the fries are starting to rise up because they're becoming more done. Typically, things that are done cooking in like a liquid of some sort will rise when it's done. There are a few things that sink instead, and when they rise, it means that they're old. But for the most part, all of the fries have now risen to the top, so they're becoming more and more done. Also, when you're cooking a burger, the best way to tell if the inside is cooked or not is press down on it, and the more pink comes out, the more raw it is. I want these to cook as easy as possible, so I'm going to turn these over. we are already getting color on them. I'm going to move these towards the middle and stir the fries, and then I'm going to show you what we're working with. You can see the color. And that in on that here. So yeah, we're getting there. Okay, so the burgers are starting to pop. So I went ahead and turned the heat down a little bit. I did another flip over and I pressed down on them. Also, another way to see that the raw is being cooked out and the blood will extract and like leave, and so sometimes you can see like a little puddle of it because it's cooking. So we are just about done here. The fries are almost done. The burgers are almost done. 3 of the 4 are going to have cheese on them. Mine is not. I usually do have cheese, but that's okay. I'm going to get a lid. Okay, so the burgers are done. So I'm going to place cheese on them now. Okay. So this one was for my mom. She wanted the shredded cheese on hers. I'm actually going to move these apart a little bit. I'll put a little bit more. The fries are just about done as well. So we'll be doing stuff with those in a second. Alrighty. Off the plastic. There's the cheese. There's the cheese. Mine's not going to. And then set a lid on top of it, and it'll help it melt the cheese a little bit. Okay, I'm going to prop you up over here. As we're getting ready to strain. Basically pinch and grab them, let the oil fall off of them, and then stick them in the strainer. And since they're just coming out of the grease, we'll be able to season them. Alright, once you have everything out of the oil, turn the oil off. And now we're going to grab some seasoning. I'm going to do some seasonal. And I'm going to do where'd it go? Just gonna toss those around here. We're gonna go ahead and remove the lid and turn the burgers off. And add a little bit more seasoning. Okay. Oh, that's toasty. Toasted bun. I'm gonna put some mayonnaise. I've already made everybody else's, but I figured I'll use mine for the video. I like mayonnaise on both sides. Okay, that can be put away. Bottom bun. Come to the stove to get the patty. Ta-da! Okay, so I want onions, so I put it on the top bun. And I do want lettuce, tomato, and pickles. I'm going to put the tomatoes first. Then I'm going to put some pickles. And then the piece of lettuce.